What is going on tonight?
Tonight we host, every other year, we get together with Camp Sundown. Kids with XP who can't be in the sunlight. They will come here after dark, and we set up a rope system across the trees with a barrel, and they kind of play tug-of-war with the water lines with the barrel going left or right. Whoever wins, they set up 2 teams. And then after that, we would have a little barbecue with them with s'mores and hot dogs.
Why do you guys do this?
We do this because Camp Sundown is one of the only camps in New York State or in the country that has a camp once a year for kids to come from all over the country and spend a week here in Churchtown. And we, since they're part of our district and the volunteer work we do here at Churchtown, the fundraising we do for them is the Golf Classic, which would be at the end of the month. So we raise money for them every year to support these kids with XP.
Okay. Let the games begin?
Yeah, let the games begin, and as soon as they show up, whenever total darkness is, probably about 9:15, 9:30.
We'll start.
Yeah, we'll start the games.
Okay, you got it. So this is what Camp Sundown looks like.
Tonight, this is what Camp Sundown looks like. It's a trip to the firehouse and water games.
Simply, what is XP?
XP is a very rare genetic disease where kids can't go out in the daylight. So all our games at camp are at night. Outside, things are at night.
And what have they done for you tonight? What are they doing for you tonight? What's the activity?
This firehouse has always been very generous with us, and tonight they're pulling together another local fire company. It's the Churchtown Fire Company and Taconic Fire Companies. Together, they're allowing the kids to play with hoses, learn some firematic stuff, try on some equipment, and just have fun. Just be normal kids.
XP kids don't have a normal life much of the time.
No, I think because these kids have a rare genetic defect, their DNA doesn't process sunlight, so they can't go out on field trips. They can't do a trip to their firehouse during the daytime with their classroom. They can't even go to sometimes their library or their gym. But to be able to go out at night and experience some normal things, I mean, this is extraordinary, but to be able to experience some normal things as kids, this is a wonderful gift.
And kids come from all over the world.
They do. Kids at Camp Sundown have come from every country that we know of except for Japan and China. More and more it's more localized because of security and the costs of traveling overseas, but we still get a lot of international families.
There you go. Now they're all stopped. Here you go. I think it was, yeah, you should put that, give that to somebody to hold or put it back in the car or something like that. That bag. Give it to somebody to hold or put it back in the car.
Okay, all right.
All right, you're done here, so you don't want to lose that. No, I'll find you the smallest one I can.
Perfect fit. What do you think?
Try this. They're all pretty big. Yeah, just gonna have to push the sleeves back as best you can.
I do. I don't really want to get that wet.
You will?
You don't feel good.
Well, ready to go. Room for 3 more of you in there. There you go. All right, does everybody got a coat and a hat?
Oh, look at that.
You got a hat?
Look at that.
You want a coat? It's big on you.
Yeah, right? That's so ironic.
Really big on
Yeah.
I control the males. I got the rest of it. I'll just control them. All right, guys. The idea is, when I say go, we're going to open up the water. You got to hold it there. Because you got to stay, keep the water point. You're going to walk together to push the barrel across. Guys, understand how this works, so you all got to work together. You got to walk together.
It is about spreading diversity, your heritage, your culture, and food and dance.
Diversity is the best part of Hudson High.
One of the really unique things about Hudson High School is that it's probably the most diverse school that I have ever worked in. There are so many students from so many different countries and backgrounds, and it's really awesome. So I think that it's important to celebrate that diversity within the school.
We're having a multicultural festival which celebrates the diversity of Hudson and its surrounding communities. We have students, it's broken down into two parts. The first part will be performances including dance, poetry, and music. The second piece is that different student groups have adopted countries that their research, they have information as well as food and music from that region to tell everybody a little bit about where they're from.
I have a few students from China, from Bangladesh, Thailand, Haiti. Oh my goodness, I have kids from El Salvador, Honduras. There's so many countries, I can't even think of all of them off the top of my head.
There's students from all different backgrounds and roots. We have students from India, from Bangladesh, from China, from Canada, from Mexico, anywhere, and there's probably a student from there here.
made new papers. We negotiated with no one. 1804 claimed our independence because we were people. We were people with dreams. We had lost our fathers. We had lost our mothers. We had lost our land. We had lost ours. We were angry. We were hopeful. We were determined. We were black. We were black blue. We were the people. Negroes, la terre de l'Antilles. We were the richest colony in the world. Sugar cane, cotton, cocoa, tobacco. Land of mountains in an Arawak language. Despite poverty's winds, we stand like mountains. Despite terror's rain, we stand like mountains. Despite the drought of death, the flood of false promises only redefine our size. We don't move for the convenience of others. We are mountains. We stood like we stood aside Americans in the American Revolution fighting for their freedom while we were still slaves. We stand like Bookman, like Toussaint, like Christo, like Jean-Jacques Dessalines, Emperor King. We stand like why we let black Americans emigrate to Haiti before ethnicity, before added rivalry, before just being black was the thing to be because we were one. We are one. We are African, period. They say we're not American, but the American city Chicago was founded by Haitians. Jean-Baptiste Quenisau. They say we live on
Watch my ears. And fought endlessly to secure rights for all people of color.
And today we're going to visit one of the most prominent institutions in our community, the Hudson Area Library. The building itself dates back to 1818 when it was used as an almshouse, a place for the poor and needy of the community. In 1830, Dr. Samuel White purchased the stone building and was used as an asylum for the mentally ill. Later, the building on 400 State Street was the Hudson Female Academy. It also served as the home of Hudson River boat captain George Powers. In 1879, it was bought by the Hudson Orphan and Relief Association and was used as a children's home. This Hudson orphanage provided shelter and comfort for hundreds of children left homeless by broken families. In the 1950s, the Hudson Orphan and Relief Association gave the building to the Hudson City School District for use as school offices. In 1959, community members chartered the Hudson Area Library and used the downstairs rooms to begin its long history of community service. Let's see how things have changed in the past 40 years. You'll still find books, lots of books. The Hudson Area Association Library houses nearly 40,000 books. You can also read and research through more than 900 titles of magazines and newspapers. The Hudson Area Association Library History Room provides residents with a rich reminder of our colorful past. The Hudson Area Association Library is keeping pace with technological changes. Our library now includes an audiobook library, public access computers, internet access and email, video cassette recorders. The Hudson Area Association Library has access to over 100,000 video titles, film projection, substance abuse and health information center for teens. The need for free access to information is great. The Hudson Area Association Library librarian, Frank Reese.
Community use has soared. In less than 10 years, library visits have increased 167%, children programs have increased 184%, circulation has increased 113%. In the last year alone, we've seen an amazing increase. The Hudson Area Association Library has logged more than 26,000 library visits. More than 10,000 children have used the library. The Hudson Area Association Library have run close to 3,000 computer sessions, and we've had more than 4,000 reference requests from the community. Retired members of the community are using the library more and more for health information, computer training, and email. Our annual summer reading program involved more than 150 kids reading over 2,000 books. This is a library with a long history of community service. We need to provide access to information and knowledge for all citizens.
I'm Carolyn Russo, and I live here in Hudson, just a couple blocks away from the library. And one of the enjoyments that I have in working here as a volunteer is to see the children and what's available for them, and to see how much they enjoy coming in and leafing through the books, reading the books, having books read to them.
My name is Olga Kelly, and I live in Greenport. The Hudson Area Library Association's the best place to get the best mystery books. They're friendly, they're helpful all the time. And if they don't have them, they get them for me through the Inter-Area Library Service.
My name is Sharon Cobbins, and I'm a lifelong resident of Hudson, New York. The Hudson Area Association Library has been a great resource to myself and my family.
I'm Belinda Casavant, and I live in Stottville. I think one of the greatest assets to having a library in the neighborhood is the fact that people can come in and basically borrow books at no cost and experience the world through the words in the books and enjoy different things that they normally might not experience if they didn't have a place to come to read books, take books out, and basically not have to pay for them.
I'm Edward Januvis. I'm a retired physician in this community, and I treasure and value this library, and I wish that everyone else did as well.
My name is Darlene Clark, and this is my daughter Jamie, and we live in Greenport. The Hudson Area Library has a great selection of children's books for my 4-year-old, and their bestseller selection is great too, and the bedtime stories program is great for the children.
Whether you're a senior citizen or a senior in high school, the Hudson Area Association Library is here to serve your needs. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you at the library, the Hudson Area Association Library.
Okay, so Clormock's here, and all the way up, Clark, all the way up there. We got a report about 11 o'clock last night that a bear came in on the south side of the city on Hudson Avenue and it knocked over a bird feeder. And after it was done there, it came into a more populated area here on Columbia Street, ran down the street where there were some people, and then climbed up the telephone pole, hung out there for a while, and then eventually left out of the east side of the city.
Get down. Get down. Get down.
Is that him making that noise?
Yeah. Get.
Yeah, bear. Hey.
Get.
Sense, I think it's common sense when you're dealing with the bears. You know, the concerns are for the residents here is to not provide any unnatural food items for them because they'll keep coming back. We don't consider this bear a nuisance yet, but certainly things like bird feeders should be brought in, and garbage shouldn't be left out, and otherwise they'll come back. Even relocation doesn't work sometimes. Sometimes they get relocated far from the city, maybe more than 100 miles, and they'll come back because they know it's a place that they can get a food source.
This is a high traffic area.
Yeah, as you can hear with the traffic, you know, that was our concerns. A lot of people, a lot of cars through this street, and the bear continuing up towards the hospital it gave us some concerns.
What are the bear after?
You know, bears can be attracted to food sources, and unnatural food sources like birdseed, unsecured garbage, burning garbage, that's going to attract them, and they will come back. If they can get food at one house, they're liable to go to another house in search of some more food.
So that bear's still out there?
Yeah, he's out of the city right now, the best that we know.
It's not unusual.
No, it's not an unusual event we're in upstate New York. There's going to be bears in town. We just wanted to get the information out there in case we have another encounter.
Get down. Get. Get down.
Is that him making that noise?
Yeah. Get.
Get out of there, Bear. Hey.
Get. Come on.
Brett, you're awfully brave there, buddy.